Hello, everybody. Welcome in. How are y'all doing tonight? I know you're all expecting Bubsy tonight, but actually, we're not doing Bubsy tonight. That will be tomorrow. You watch me suffer and be in despair and all that nice little crap. But today, we're doing something a little bit different today. So, as you probably most of you probably already know, some of you don't know. I'm part of this thing called the Game Club, which is basically like a book club, but instead of books, it's video games or games or assignments. And every month we get a different theme, and we're supposed to follow the theme. So this month's theme was called visual novels. So my first assignment was, of course, play a visual novel, which I've already done. The other one is to actually read a novel, read a book, but retaining the gaming somewhat. And I got the idea. Have you ever heard of those old Choose Your Own Adventure books back in the day? So, like basically you read it and you get to a certain point and it tells you, okay, if you want to do this, turn the page, whatever, or you want to go do something else, go to page, whatever. So, I look. Can we stop the fighting, please? But anyway, so I looked up the Internet Archive, which is of course one of the biggest free sites out there, and they actually have several of the Dungeons and Dragons. They had Dungeons and Dragons also had their own version of the Choose Your Own Adventure book. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna go through. Let's see how many books we can go through, but we're gonna actually go through the book, read the books, go through them, and at this point, when we get to the point where we get the decisions, the chat is going to choose where we're going. So I think it's something a little bit different today. Also, so I could just basically stall and not play Bubsy for one more day at least. Anyway, well, first of all, it's Retro Podcast. Thank you so much for the raid.
Assemble.
By the way, welcome in. I'm gonna turn off the link very soon. Just keep going.
The battle for survival begins. Engage.
Okay, and then of course, before we continue, also Plabu giving a gift sub out to Mr. Jumbles. I swear I will take lick away. You know I will do. That's it. Be right back. I'm taking lick away right now.
He came out of my butt. He came in my butt.
God damn it. Are you done, guys? Done? You guys done? Yes? No? Maybe? Why do I even bother sometimes? Hold on, give me. I gotta set up something really quick. Hold on, let me make sure this thing actually works. Hold on.
The cream. And let me point. The cream. The cream. Oh, the cream.
Hold on.
He came out of my butt. He came in my butt.
Whee! Why do I even bother sometimes? I'm trying to do guys something nice and you know. You done? Good. Thanks. Okay, anyway, the book, Dungeons and Dragons, Spell of the Winter Wizard. So again, how this is going to work is that we're going to read up to a point, and then you chat decides what to do. So we'll get to that point, and then we'll run a quick poll, and we're gonna go, and you guys get to decide where to go. All right, let me just get some stuff going, and then Plavu giving up a gift sub to Spade. Interesting, but thank you. Why do I even bother? Alright, let's get a little background music going, and then we're going to start from there. So, Spell of the Winter Wizard, blah blah. You are about to set off an adventure in which you will meet many dangers and face many decisions, your decisions, who will determine how the story comes out. So be careful, you must choose wisely. Do not read this book from beginning to end. Instead, you are faced with a decision. Follow the instructions and keep turning the page whatever the choice leads to you until you come to an end. At any point, your choice could bring you any success or disaster. You can read Spell of the Winter Wizard many times with many different results. If you must make an unwise choice, go back to the beginning and start your adventure again. Good luck on your adventure. In this book, you are Omnia, stepchild of Alcazar, the Wizard of Eternal Spring. You are out gathering herbs to use in your suit for your stepfather when your peaceful evening is interrupted by warlike shouts and a thundering of many hooves. Stifling a scream of panic, you race across the fields towards home. The night is wild with the screeches of the warriors and boars. Alright, I think that might be a little bit too loud. Just gonna turn that a little bit down. I should never let Alcazar alone, you think. Not even while I pick herbs for this soup. Come on, give me a second here. You fling the handful of herbs on a bench and shout to your cat, "Hurry, Cornelius! We must get to Alcazar before Warriors armies reach him." As you round the corner to the back of the cottage, your heart sinks. It's too late. Orcs are pounding at the door. King Mike, welcome in. Three-Tail, welcome in. You know you must hide quickly, so you bury into the woodpile by the door, your eyes searching for the cat. Hold on a second, sorry. Cornelius Selvin, you hiss, but he's gone. Suddenly you hear a loud boom, followed by the sound of the front door splintering, windows shattered, and the army storming into the college. Poor Alcazar, you think, but your thoughts freeze when you hear Warren's voice bellow above the commotion. "Silence!" he roars, and the noise stops instantly. Well, 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 isn't this a sight to behold? The great wizard of eternal spring lying in his bed, powerless before me. The winter wizard's cruel laugh sends shivers up your spine. You crawl deeper among the logs. In your mind, you picture Warzen's ugly face, his black eyes glaring through the narrow slits, his tangled beard packed thin with ice, his bare teeth as jagged as icicles. Where are your powers and your loyal followers now, Alcazar? Sneezes Warren. I don't see anyone rushing forth to protect you. What shall we do with him, Warzen? Asks a gruff voice. Shall we give him a few dabs with our pig stickers? Snorts and snuffles of rude laughter burst from the onlooking army. No, muttonhead, growls Warzen. I want the pleasure of seeing him suffer. We'll put him in the ice cave in my castle dungeon and watch him slowly freeze. You hear that, Skurg? The ice cavern, gloats an orc. He can hang next to the disobedient boar with teeth as sharp as knife blades. I'd ought to be pretty hungry by now, he howls. Another. Quiet, booms Warzen. Boar keepers, get out your ropes and take him away. And see to it that you keep him alive on the journey north. There's a loud shuffling of feet, and you picture the horrible creatures tearing Alcazar from his bed and roughly binding his frail frame. It's all you could do for keep from leaping forth to defend him. Only Alcazar's recent earlier words of warning hold you back. They are an army, but you are but one. If anything happens, you must protect yourself. You are dearer to me than my own life. And now, the kingdom is ours, shouts Warzen, and the orcs cheer triumphantly. Not for long, you vowed silently. Not for long. Let the frigid windows blow. Let the wintry snows ascend upon the land. Let all that is green and living turn to cold and darkness. The icy frost of wizards shall reign forever, booms Warzen, and his evil army thunders out, howling in their victory cheers into the night. A frigid wind roars across the woodpile, driving snow deep into the cracks of your hiding place. You shiver violently and begin to inch your way out from under the logs, listening for any boar keepers Warzen may have left behind. Hearing nothing, you creep into the cottage and cover your trembling bodies with heavy blankets. You try to rest, but your heart pounds madly and sleep won't come. There are many decisions to make before dawn. Somehow you must rescue your stepfather and restore him to health. You recall what Alcazar told you earlier about the crimson flame mushroom that grows in the forbidden forest. It is the only cure for my illness, he says. The druids can help you find it, but the forest teems with dangerous creatures and you must be very careful. Will you be able to find the druids? Will they help you climb the crimson flame mushroom? Can you get to Alcazar before it's too late? Maybe you should try to rescue him first and search for the druids later. But then again, as dawn reveals the horizon, you have narrowed your choices down to two. You could try to destroy Warzen first and save Alcazar before he freezes. Turn to page 65. Or you could seek out the druids, find the crimson flame run, and take it to Alcazar. Turn to page 21. So, now this is where you guys come in. Give you about 3 minutes to pick. Everybody gets to pick. What do we do? One or two? There's a poll up, Plaba. You can pick the poll. Majority wins. I can tell you right now, I have not read the book, so I don't know what's going on. Kitty! 40 whole months, dude. Dude, thank you so much. We're doing something a little bit different today, Kitty, so... This is D&D Choose Your Own Adventure. Okay. It looks like the twos have it. Which is, we're gonna go find the druids first, and then take the flame, find the mushroom, and take it in. Mixer, welcome in. Alright, maybe I should make it 2 minutes, but... Okay, so... Looks like majority is picking 1 or 2. Your choice is there. Read it right there. 1 or 2. That is your choice. Alright, looks like the twos have it. We are going to do number 2. We are going to seek out the mushroom. So we're going to go... Let's go. Page 21. Number 2, gang. Let's go. Okay, you pull on your warmest clothes, tall leather boots, 2 wool sweaters, and your heavy white cloak with your hood. You know you will need weapons for the journey, so you pick up a sturdy iron poker from the hearth. Let's see, you think. I could use some magical protection as well. What can I take? Your stepfather kept a golden whistle for emergencies, hidden beside a loose stone in the fireplace. The magic in the whistle will work just once, so use it wisely, he said. You take the magic whistle from the hiding place and drop it in your pocket. Then, armed with your poker and whistle, you head out towards the forbidden forest to find the druids. Your heart sinks when you see that Warden's spell has killed all the daffodils and tulips. The fields are deep with snow, and your legs are tired but trudging by the time you see the woods ahead. The bare trees at the forest edges cast long shadows across the snow, and even with the leaves gone, you can see that these woods are thick and dark, with barely a snatch of gray sky shining through. You're hoping for the sign or two, druids to the right, or information 7 trees ahead. But this is no civilized forest. All you see are tree trunks with deep, cold blackness lurking behind them. All you hear is the squeak of your own footsteps on the frozen, solid, snowy ground. You're not even a mile into the woods when you hear mumbling, and you stop dead in your tracks to listen. Excellent peacock snapsman, creaks a voice from the darkness. My finest butterfly yet. Into the glass jar with you. You inch towards the sound, and soon you see a thatched roof sawed-off tree trunks, all hung with icy mosquito netting. Inside sits a mousy little man in a safari hat, with a blanket thrown over his shoulders. He holds a blue-spotted butterfly in his hands. There's a wood sign dangling over his desk. Professor Aramis Quince Lepidotyrus? I don't know what the fuck that is. Excuse me, sir, you begin, pulling back the net door and now stiff with frost. I wonder if you could just tell me. Just a moment. He drops the butterfly into a jar and clamps on the lid. Did anyone ever tell you you're rather rude? He says, glaring through the glasses so thick that it can make the eyes look blurry brown bugs. I was just... Wait, hush up. He looks for a place to set down his jar, but the desk is cluttered with dusty books and maps into butterflies, so he shoves the jar into more clutter of a wooden shelf. Then he leans back on his stool and studies from top to toe. An interesting specimen, I see. What are you? Elf? Halfling? Human, sir. I'm human, just like you. You answer, quite a bit annoyed. Can't you tell? Quite, he says, wiggling his nose like a rat so his glasses jump up and down. He lifts up his hat and runs his fingers through his mouse brown hair, making it stand straight up. However, let's be specific. Let us be scientific about it. A child human, no doubt. You young Homo sapiens. You can now see that he's wearing a vest covered with pockets, each with a different label. Pins, cottons, pencils. He reaches into one with a magnifying glass and motions for you to step forward. Open your mouth and let me see your teeth, child. Why would you want to do that, you asked, shocked. To determine if you are correct, if you are indeed a Homo sapien of a young age. Enough, sir. I don't have any time to waste, you protest. I need to find the druids, and I was wondering if you could steer me in the right direction. Druids? No, I really can't help you. You see, I am whatever. I can't pronounce what the hell that says. Not an information center. He opens up a damp book and then sticks to pages as if your concentration has come to an end. You turn to go, but then your curiosity makes you stop. Professor Quince, you say. What's a blah? An entomologist specializing in the study of whatever. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Ducky, welcome in. Sorry, I'm like going back and forth between reading. So, hold on, let me set this up real quick. So I can at least look at chat and read at the same time. Because it's a little bit of a weird setup for me right now, so. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can make this work. Okay. This might be the best way to do it. A pale green moth with long tails on its wing flutters to the desk and lights on the professor's desk, scaring a definite puff of dust in the air. Not much of a specimen, is she, says the professor, wrinkling his rat nose at her. Only one antenna. Not good enough to be pressed into one of my books. The moth blushes a pale peach color and lowers her lashes over her golden eye. But I suppose she's a decent guide, he says. She has a light than that one antenna, you see. Bizarre, isn't it? That sounds very useful to me, you say, seeing the professor is hurting the moth's feelings. Butterflies are not meant to be useful, he barks. They are meant to be beautiful. Without beauty or their perfection, they are nothing. He slams the covers of the book altogether, ending the conversation. The moth darts off to the corner, and her wings trembling and tries to hide in the bottle. You have disturbed me enough for one day, child. Be on your way. But wait, please, I have an idea. Well, a favor really to ask you. I need a guide to get me through the forest. I'm sure your moth could be of help. She could take me to the druids, and I'll send her right back. I promise you. The moth peeks from beneath her wing, her eyes glowing. What do you think, Luna? The professor asks. I'm busy with this peacock butterfly, and I'm likely to have you stood out of my hair for a while. Yes, I would love to be your guide, Luna says, all aflutter. And I know a shortcut to the druid's globes that will get you there in no time. She talks, you exclaim. A strange and disappointing specimen, indeed, I told you, grumbles Professor Quince. Well, go ahead and take her, but I need a deposit of 5 gold to make sure you bring her back. But I don't have 5 gold pieces. I have no money with me, you protest. Then you have no Luna moth either, you pulling the peacock butterfly from the jar, jabbing with a pin. And let me tell you this, young homo sapiens, you will never make it through the sports without help. There are millions of creatures just waiting for a spine specimen like you. I guarantee that if you go in alone, you'll be dead by dawn. You dig into your pockets, searching for something to use as a deposit. You have only one treasure, your magic whistle, which leaves you 2 choices. If you choose to leave the golden whistle as your deposit for Luna, go to 126. Or if you choose to blow the whistle, hoping they'll send you to the druids, turn to page 28. Okay, next poll. 1 or 2. Alright, we'll give you 2 minutes for this one. Diesel Core, welcome in. Rydia, welcome in. Roy, welcome in. Oh, man. Oh, no, really? I'm sorry to hear that. Oh. I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of not paying attention to the chat because I'm trying to read and do this at the same time. Really, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm trying something different today, so... So far, it's a tie. It's a tie for, it's a tie on what to do. Do we blow the whistle, or do we use the whistle as deposit? Uh-oh, hold on a second. Oh, we're still deciding. I'm gonna see if I can fix this up so I can... At least I can read chat and also read the book while we're at it. Give me 1 moment. I like chat's decided. We're gonna use the we're gonna use the thing as deposit. Hold on a second. Let me just adjust the window real quick here. And that should be a little bit better. Sorry about this. I know I'm... Spiteful Road, welcome in. Alright, so we are going to use it as a deposit. We're going to page 126. A Spiteful Frog, welcome in. Here, you say, handing the professor the golden wings. Take this. He rubs it delicately between his thumbs and forefingers, examining it as a specimen. Where did you get this? This is a wizard's tool, not a child's toy. Exactly, you answer. It belongs to my stepfather, the wizard Alcazar. But it's merely a deposit for your Luna. I expect to return it when I bring her back. Don't worry, I have no time for your toys or magic or silly wizardry, he grumbles. He drops the whistle in the desk drawer and goes back to work on the peacock butterfly, fastening his wings with strips of paper. Now I'll be off, you two. I have an important job to complete here. The moth flutters to his shoulder and whispers in your ear. You can call me Luna. What's your name? I'm Omina. Okay, Omina, let's go. You head into the trees, the Luna darting to and fro before you, her antenna glowing like a tiny torch in the darkness of the trees and shadows. I bet you're glad to get away from it, aren't you, Luna? You mean Professor Quince? Oh, I don't know. He's been good to me. He keeps me even though I'm ugly with all my antenna missing and all. Luna, you say. I don't think you're ugly at all. In fact, quietly, I think you're quite beautiful. The moth blushes peach and shakes her head. No, I'm not even good enough to be one of Professor Quince's experiments. Who cares? Having two antennas is very common. And look where it got all those other butterflies. You're just trying to cheer me up, says Luna, her voice colorblick. Not at all, Luna. I really think you're special. Strange, you mean. You stop short. Come here and sit on my back of my hand, you tell them off firmly, in a tone that you learned from Alcazar. Now listen to me. It's Aramis Quince that's strange. Who's strange? Not you. Think of all the things you can do to all those that all those other moths never dreamed of. You can talk. You can light up the darkness, and can even make somebody a fine friend. The rest of them have to settle for just being pretty. Man, this is getting dark. Luna's blush is now a deep orange, and she flutters her wings bashfully in front of her eyes, a sign of frustration. Come on now, Luna. Let's get on our way. As you settle down the path again, you realize you are right in the middle of a pine forest, so thick with snowy branches you can't even get through. The tree tops are black with crows. What's a Korg? Oh no, Yamon. What do we do now? Go back the other way? We can't. This isn't the safest pass of the druids, says Luna. I can fly in and out between the branches, but I have to be careful because crows. But I don't know how you're gonna get through, Amina. Looks like I'll just have to chop my way through with my poker. Here, shine your light over this branch, will you, Luna? You grasp your poker with both hands and hack at the snow-covered branch off the nearest spur tree. Out of nowhere, comes a tortured bellow, like the cry of an agony, a great animal in agony. What is that? You whisper, your eyes searching for the horse or some hairy beast. I can't tell, sounds Luna. Let's keep going. Slash! All comes another branch, followed by a low pain-filled moan. Luna's wings are fluttering excitingly now, like a bee's. Oh my gosh, Amina, look! I think you hurt that poor tree. She shines her light on the trunk, but the limb broke off. They could see drops of blood oozing from the wound. I had no idea, you cry, but Luna cuts you short. Amina, the trees are moving in on us. We gotta get out of here. All around you, big snowy trees are creeping closer, their branches outstretched and full of crows. You hold your poker across your chest and watch them move closer, making the floor tremble as if an earthquake. Amina, what are you going to do? You must make a decision, quickly. You have two choices. Talk to the trees and hope they understand, or run back the way you came. Alright, decision time, folks. Maddie, we're doing the poll, Maddie. Not. By the way, welcome in. This 2 minutes also gives me time to catch up with chat. We're reading something fantasy-wise, and we're listening to Punch-Out music while we're at it. You can't beat that. Breather Sky, welcome in. Well, looks like the ones will have it. We're gonna try to talk to the trees. I hope they don't kill us or eat us. Or worse.
Play a game. Do I look like a bitch that plays a game?
We're playing an interactive game, Reese. Alright, looks like the ones have it. So we're gonna try to talk to the trees. And hope and pray that and I hope we don't get eaten. So we're gonna go to page 59. Luna, can you talk to these trees? I don't know their language, but I'll try, she says. Laying the snowy branch in the other bleeding tree, she flashes with her torch on and off. We're sorry we hurt you, she begins. There's no reaction. The earth rumbles beneath the roots of the firs, and they keep moving towards you, slowly, menacingly. We didn't mean you no harm, we were just trying to get through. At this, the wounded tree let out a long, angry groan that sends Luna flying off its branches straight into your shoulder. There's just one other chance, Amina, she says. Why don't you put some snow on the moon? Sometimes cold will take the pain away. Luna flutters down and lights up the injury while you carefully press a handful of snow against the tree. I am so sorry, you say. I had no idea you would bleed. I never meant to hurt you. You heard a deep sigh of relief from inside the tree trunk, and all the firs suddenly stand very still. A little more snow, Amina, directs them off, like the tiny winds in the doctor. The cold seems to comfort the tree, and soon the bleeding stops and the pines rumble back to the forest, settling their roots into snowy ground. The wounded tree lets out a long, hollow cry, and right before your eyes, all the firs bend their lower branches to the forest floor to make a path for you. Why, thank you, you exclaim, hiding your poker underneath your cloak. That's very nice of you. Looks like you guys made a good decision. You have later left the fir trees behind when you come to a fork in the road. In the path. Each of the road is lined with thick, icy trees. Each wind offset the mysterious direction of kindness of darkness. Which is the shortcut, Luna. The moth points her antenna to the left, hesitating a bit. But I feel something unusual about this path, Amina. It's danger. I feel danger. What kind of danger, Luna? To tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Could it be goblins? Could it be spiders? It could just be a few birds looking for a moth to snack on. So it may be dangerous for you, but not for me, you ask. Luna nods slowly. How long will it take to get to see the druids of the other path? All night and then some, says the moth. And the path to the left. Just an hour or so, if you don't run into any trouble, that is. If I hide you in my cloak, will you take the shortcut with me? No, Amina, I'm too afraid. I'd rather wait here and return with the mushrooms, and then we'll go find Alcazar together. You must decide which path to take. Go alone and take the shortcut, or play it safe and take the path to the right. Alright, decision time, folks. Take the safe path or go alone. Well, Frog, if you can get it, just get it, man. Just make sure you know what you're doing in terms of money-wise and stuff. So far, split decision. 1 or 2. And 1 takes the lead at the moment. All right, 1 has a very slight lead. Anybody wants to make the decision? Now's the time to do it. Lemon, welcome in. Oh, all right. We have a coin flip. Tied 2-2. I'm gonna decide the coin flip. Heads. We go up. Heads. We go up. We go alone. Tails. We go the safe path. Tails it is. We're taking the safe path. Play it safe, take that path to the right. So we're going to page 74. There's a night and day of travel around the dark winding path through the snowy pines and frozen oaks and tulip trees before you come to a clearing in the forest. Wonderful glad you are, Luna, you cry. We found the druids. Lana pops her head out of her tuning pocket and peeks around the strange chanting and mumbling coming from the clearing. See a circle of hooded figures, all gathered around a blazing fire, their brown robes flowing in the ground. I'm afraid to approach them, Luna, you whisper. But we must, Amina. I'm sure they'll understand the importance of your quest. As you creep towards the fire, the mumbling gradually trails off, and one by one, the faces, shut out deep in brown hoods, turn and look at you. A silent, tall figure steps out among the druid ring. How you doing, Lemon? State your mission, demands the figure in the low voice. I am Amina, stepchild of the Wizard of the Eternal Spring, you answer. I have come to help you in asking your help to curing the wizard of his grave illness. Go on. Only the Crimson Flame Mushroom can make him well again, and we are asking your assistance to help us find it. The hooded figure slouches knowingly, then turns to one behind them. Aspirant, continue with the ritual. I will return to the circle momentarily. Yes, master, he answers, bowing the enchantment resumes. The priest raises his staff and motions for you to follow him. He travels calmly, with long strides, winding through the forest like an animal who knows that each tree and shrub it passes. You speed after him, taking 2 steps to his 1, past bramble bushes and spiderwort and buttercups, withered from snow, until you soon find that you are standing before a grove of cinnaberry trees with purple flowers that are frozen from the cold. The palace of the Crimson Flame, says the priest. Silence, please. He lifts his staff up high, and closing his eyes, mumbles some strange words. Suddenly, his staff vibrates with a soft musical sound. He bends down and pulls a bright red mushroom, round and shiny, from the bushes beneath the cinnaberry trees. Oh, snap! Spiteful Frog giving a gift sub out to Mr. Lemon. Dude, thank you so much. And better yet, Now that you're here, Lemon, I have this for you. Whoops. Alrighty. Let's continue. Thank you, oh thank you, you cry, wrapping the crimson flame in that flame-flown moss and slipping into your tunic. I know you are in a great hurry to deliver the mushroom, says the druid from the depths of his hood. I can get you your destination quickly. I have a unicorn who travels with the speed of lightning. She will directly take you to your desired place. You must return upon the grove to harness her. However, if you wish to take a risk, I shall transport you instantly by the way of this giant chinaberry tree. You will arrive inside a similar tree close to your destination. I can't guarantee you the exact location of the arrival tree. That's the risk. What do you choose? You wish to join the druid's grove to take the unicorn? Or do we take the tree? Decision time. Come on, I'm sure one has a unicorn. Come on, peeps.
Drop the controller.
Rat, welcome in.
Drop the controller. Whoops, there goes.
Good to see you, Rat. By the way, Rat, once again, congratulations. Rat has defeated Sonic 2 yesterday, so GG's to her. We're in the midst of our adventure right now. Choose 1 or 2 in the poll. Looks like the unicorn is winning at the moment. As much as Jumbles likes to be reckless, he wants the unicorn. Oh, is that a new emote? Yes, we have a new emote from Rat. And of course, it has to be Daphne from Dragon's Lair. Nice. Well, 4-1. 4-1. Looks like we're taking the unicorn. Yep, that just decided. We are taking the unicorn. Hold on. So we're going to page 49. Come, follow me, says the druid priest. I will prepare my unicorn for the journey. Just as you turn, a terrible thought occurs to you. Luna, you say, clearing your throat to hide the sadness in your voice. I just remembered. I promised Professor Quits I'd send you back as soon as we find the mushroom. That means I'm on my own now. It's time for you to go. No, Amina, you can't do it. Please let you find Alcazar, he said. She pleads. There are many dangers still ahead. I can return to the professor later. You can't bear to look at them off, for their golden eyes are fearful tears. You must make a choice. Oh man, decision time ready. If you wish to return your, we return them off to the douchebag guy, or we keep her with us. Catman, welcome in. All right, let's see. Decision time, folks. We keep them off, or we put her back. That is the choice. Now, Catman, how you doing tonight? Yeah, this is a choose. This is a choose your own adventure thing we're doing right now. Dungeons and Dragons related. Wow. Hey, say Joe. This game is too tricky. How you doing, Chris Collette? Yeah, I'm taking the day. I'm taking the day off from Bubsy. So, but now I'm letting the chat choose. I'm letting the chat choose what we're gonna do. So we're at the decision right now. So if you read page 49 at the moment, we basically we have a choice right now. So, oh wow, suddenly it's was once a horse, was not a horse race. It's now become a horse race. It's pretty close, so we're gonna hold it out for a little bit longer. So basically, we're gonna be reading through the book, and okay, we're keeping her. Go to page 151. You and Luna follow the droid back again along the winding forest path, past primal bushes and into the clearing, where the robed figures are warming themselves by the fire. The droid priest taps his staff on the enormous tree and comes out a white unicorn, as beautiful as pictured in the book. I've never seen a real unicorn before, you tell Luna. It's gorgeous. Think of your destination. You'll be there in a winking eye, says the droid. Go in peace. You call, thank you, just as the unicorn soars off. In the blink, the warden's castle is before you, tall and dark and crawling with boars. I was here once as a child with Alcazar, he said. I seem to remember an outside entrance to the ice cabin back of the hill. Let's see if we can find it. The unicorn follows your direction and comes to an enormous hall just outside of the rocky knoll. You dismount and creep to the top of the hill. There, just as the stone throws away, you can see a lone ark guarding the entrance to the cave. That ice cave is underground, you say, and I think it's connected to the castle by a tunnel. That's waiting for the changing of guards and sneak in when their backs are turned. When you look around, the uniform in the corner disappeared quietly as a breeze. As darkness falls, the orc goes off duty, and a new guard stomps the top to him. Their backs are turned to you. Quick, let's go, says Luna, and you dart through the door. Inside, hanging from the chains on the icy stores, are arcs of boars. They are nearly lifeless, their bodies raw from beating, the gray patches of frostbite on their skins. Far in the corner, you see one human, a feeble old man with long white hair, beard, his wrist torn and bleeding from the rusty chains. Alcazar, we're here, you cry. We found you, Alcazar. As you rush you aside to hug him tight, we have the Crimson Flame. We just came from the druids and the unicorn. I have a wonderful guide, green moth for a guide in. The world spelled wild in your mouth. We are so happy to see him alive. Dragon, welcome in. You give the wizard a few bites of the mushroom, and instantly the color rushes back into his face, and he strengthens us, smiling. He looks healthy again. Amnia, you're a brave one, he says, breaking his chains on the wall with a laughter. Now we have no time to waste. We must capture Warzen before knowing yourself free. Come with me to the castle. I have a plan. You and Luna follow Alcazar as he heads out for an underground tunnel, speeding through the major path. And peek around the corner where there's a door guarded by the ark. The treasure room, he whispers to the wizard, and your heart quickens. The sound of Alcazar's voice brings the boar keeper to attention. He raises his pig sticker and is ready to lunge at you when Alcazar points a finger at him, commanding, "Stun!" The guard wavers and collapses, and you step over and you follow Alcazar into the room. Your eyes widen in wonder. Big gold nuggets fill the quarters. Diamonds and emeralds and rubies overflow from the litter bags. Silver coins and golden chains and precious rings litter the stone floor. Alcazar spins around with a flick of his hand, but locks the door behind you. Not wasting a moment, he places an enormous white gem in the center of the room and goes deep into meditation. I've seen him like this before, Luna, you tell your friend gently. This is the most important spell. You must allow him peace and quiet so he can concentrate fully. Luna nods her head and waits silently. You jump as the treasure room door suddenly splinters into a dozen pieces, wooden chips flying around, and Warzin storms in and has his voice bellowing. Intruders! He points his staff at you, ready to attack. For this you shall die. His eyes are black fire, and his teeth are glinting like a wild boar's, ready and eager to tear you flesh to bits. You turn to Alcazar, panicking your eyes, and see that he's ignoring the wicked wizard, still deep in concentration on the jewel. Warzin raises his staff over Alcazar, shouting, You fool of a wizard, I shall turn you. Before he can finish, there's a great burst of light in the room, shooting near the gem, bright as the light of the sun. The light pulsates everywhere, white and hot, blinding you, forcing Luna down beneath your cloak, trembling. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the light disappears, and all is dark again. You open your eyes and you look around. Warzin, you shout. Warzin's gone. He's gone from this world, my child, says Alcazar, staring calmly into the gem, which is now as black as coal. I've entrapped him, body and soul, in the jewel. He'll never be a problem for us again. Your heart stirs, and you step out into the daylight, and you see the boys and orcs scattering in all directions. They are lost without their leader, says Alcazar. Look, shouts Luna, the snow is melting, and little green shoots are coming through the ground. Oh, Alcazar, spring is returning to the kingdom. Come on, come, Luna. It is time we are leaving. We are going home. Luna's golden eyes widen. You mean I don't have to go back to Professor Quince? That is entirely up to you, says Alcazar, stroking the mom's fuzzy head. You have learned just one lesson from this journey, is that you are special and worth a great deal to yourself and all of us. Without your courage and guidance, we might not have made it. A little tear, golden and delicate, drops from Luna's eye. And Professor Quince doesn't own me, does he? I am free to make my own decisions? Alcazar nods. Then I'm going with you and Amina. I'm going home. You took your hand to Alcazar's belt, and with Luna fluttering to and fro, you held a course to the crocus fields and towards home. We did it. We had done it. We are successful in our campaign. Congratulations, everybody. You all made wonderful decisions. All right. GG's, everybody. Okay, this is just one book. There's a couple others, so... There's a couple other books. There's another. I know there's another one up here. Where was it? And Goober Slap's the only person that's upset that we actually lived. Damn, man. Where is it? Where the hell is it? I know there's a couple others here. Hold on. I saw at least two other books. I'm trying to find it. We just did that one. Alright, we got one here. This one is called... Come on. Cough it up. Revenge of the Rainbow Dragons. Endless Quest book number 6. We're gonna borrow that for... And Blabu, it's got dragons in it, so... Alright. Let's do it again. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let me make sure. That's that. Yeah, I know it's not like really D&D per se, but it's just basically a choose your own adventure thing, Dragon. It's just for one night, so. Foxes aren't supposed to fly, Jasmine. Fox listens to this nervously as he hovers in midair. How about putting me down? Leave the flying to Featherface. I feel better on old terra firma, extra firma. Hush, friend Fox, scolds Pentagram. Consider yourself part of an important lesson. This is your first time Jasmine has levitated an object, and you know he needs silence to concentrate. Now I'm an object, mutters Fox in disgust as he dangles above the ground. You ache with the effort of holding the spell. Just as you feel you are mastering the skill, a thunderous noise rolls through the room. Your concentration breaks and Fox falls to the floor with a thump. Oh, Fox, I'm sorry, he cried, rushing to his side. I'll be more careful next time. Next time, growls Fox. Forget it, I had to go dig a den, a very long one. He turns and trots quickly from the room. Unfortunate attitude, says Owl. But what can you expect from the family Canaday? Well done, Shout, said Pentagram. You're moving ahead nicely with your studies. I've been planning on you being able to lift objects for another 6 months or so. But now that it's been around to it, I better see who's at the door, as he makes a small gesture with his hands. Poof, a cloud of dust appears, then clears. Before you stands a travel-stained man, one raised hand knocking the door. Lowering his hand as the traveler snaps, do you always answer the doors like that? But then what else would you expect from a wizard? Giving a short bow, he says, Sir, I come from the Rainbow Castle. Your presence is required, no less than 4 days hence. Is it a party, you ask hopefully? The messenger fixes you with an icy glance. Hardly. You will answer to the charges of occupying the castle of the pillars and calling yourselves wizards and apprentice. This castle is the part of the domain assigned to the wizard Malice, Pothos, and Rubus. Unless you can support your clan in the castle and win the permission to practice wizardry in the area, you will be banished from this land, says the messenger coldly. And now, if you show me the door, I will return to the Rainbow Castle. Poof! A cloud of smoke forms in front of the messenger, and when it clears, a large wooden door stands before him. A mere first-level spell, says the messenger. You'll have to do better than that in Rainbow Castle. Still sneering. He turns and strides out the door. Rainbow Castle? Wizards. What's all this about, sir? You ask worriedly. Centuries ago, when I lost my kingdom to the evil one, Rainbow Castle was in the hands of the forces of good, sighs Pentagram. And then the 3 brothers, Malice, Pothos, and Rubus, were apprenticed by a third-rate wizard. Otherwise, while I was in the evil one's power, the balance changed. I think we had better meet with them. It was always best to be polite with one's neighbors. I think I'll sit this one out, says Fox, poking his head through the doorway. That fellow didn't look too pleasant, and he's only a messenger. Psh, says Owl. Don't be such a coward. Remember, cowards die a 1,000 deaths, the valiants die but once. Go feather a nest, beak-brained, growls Fox. You'll let Jasmine decide. As my apprentice and heir to this kingdom, Jasmine must learn to make good, sound decisions, says Pentagram. And suddenly there are 3 pairs of eyes staring at you. Well, you stammered. The way I see it, we only have 2 choices. Rainbow Castle, and work out the problems, or ignore them and don't go. Have at it, folks. We go to the castle, or we don't? Alright, give me 1 second. I gotta look up something really quick. Oh boy, 2, Test, test. Interesting. I'm not sure what happened. I just basically unplugged the mic. Weird. Okay. Ah, jeez. Alright. Great. Nikki, welcome in. Good to see you. We're doing a choose your own adventure thing right now. So you could you can definitely participate. I'm gonna leave the decision making to the chat. Oh no, if something horrible happens, I'd rather have you know about it right away. And besides, you guys need me. Swallowing your laughter, you turn into pentagram. Sir, why don't you do something about the snow? Why don't you put some magic and change it back to summer? Think, Jamie. If our foes are putting all their efforts into creating winter just to annoy us, they can't send anything really dangerous against us, and they will believe that they have us in their power. You wipe your cold, dripping nose and try to appreciate Pentagram's plan. But the snow melts inside your boots, slithers down your neck, and freezes your eyelashes. Even Pentagram is steaming by the time Rainbow Castle comes to view several days later. Why do they call it Rainbow Castle, you ask, staring at the cascades of dirty gray ice that drapes over the black towers and hangs from the narrow, barred windows. A cold, bitter wind wails around the grim walls and plucks and tears at your cold. In my youth, it was a beautiful place, Pentagram answers sadly. It looks like it's all closed for the winter. How about we go home and wait for spring, whines Fox. Ah, spring. Good idea, says Pentagram. Rainbow Castle is beautiful in the spring. And with a snap of his fingers, its snow and ice begins to melt, inch by inch, foot by foot. Winter retreats, and in its place, warm, soft, and green, spring comes to the land. Birds sing, flowers bloom, and a gentle breeze blows, but the castle remains gray and gloomy. That's much better, and now they know we're here, says Pentagram. Ah, sweet spring, full of sweet days and roses, sighs Owl, spreading his great wings to the sun. Why can't you speak plain English, Mouse Breath, snarls Fox. I was just noting the welcome arrival of the magical springs, oh, little one. What did you just call me, barks Fox? Fox, Owl, stop this bickering now, or I'll send you both home, you say firmly. Fixing the two with your stern gaze, you quickly get out of your winter clothes and hurry after Pentagram. And here are our hosts, says Pentagram. 3 men stand at the end of the bridge, one tall and thin, one very, very fat, and the third as tiny as a small child. See here, Pentagram, what is the meaning of this? He demands the thin, tall wizard. An outrage, I say. The warm weather will not be tolerated. We prefer winter. Which one is Spade? This guy, or that guy? And with a wave of his hand and a loud clap of thunder, spring vanishes and was never been, and winter descends with a flurry of flakes. Clucks Pentagram. I was enjoying the spring myself. And with gesture and a sheer lightning, winter once again replaced by spring. The 3 wizards grind their teeth in rage, their faces purple with fury. Now the tall wizard steps forward and begins to make magical gestures. Pentagram replies with movements of her own, and sparks fly and sheets of flame erupts from the wizards. And winter and spring flinkers in and out. The 2 wizards stand firm as the air cackles from the white to blue, warm to cold. At last, Pentagram laughs a great booming laugh and slaps his knee. Well done, Malice. But come now, let's not confuse the birds any longer. Let it remain spring. Now that you've gotten us here, why don't you tell us what this is all about? Still laughing, he walks over and puts his arm around the unsmiling wizard's shoulder and begins to walk towards the castle. As you follow Pentagram into the castle, the high walls seem to swallow you up. Your footsteps echo hollowly as you enter the large room with 3 throne-like chairs set upon a raised platform. The wizards then bump and push as they climb into the other platforms, trying to each claim a center chair. There are no other seats as you look around in discomfort as the wizards stare you down with small, nasty smiles. Pentagram says, Well, I see we need a few more chairs, and I snap 2 big chairs of gold, studded with precious gems, and covered with soft, deep purple velvet, appear before you. Fox settles himself in the velvet-covered basket, and Owl clings to a golden purple perch. Ah, that's better, says Pentagram, sinking into his chair. Crossing his legs and folding his hands, he says, Now there, gentlemen, what can we do for you? The wizards twitch nervously, pull their scraggly beards, and whisper. They seem to be urging each other to do something. Finally, Tiny Ruby is slammed with tears from the chair by one of his brothers. Stumbling to his feet, he draws himself to his puny height, puffs up his chest, and says, Pentagram, you have been brought here to answer charges of practicing wizardry without a license. The area belongs to us. When you left, we applied to the Great Council, and they granted us control. How nice of you all, draws Pentagram. I won't bother asking why you never helped me in all those years when I fought to rid the country of the evil one, which caused me to leave, as you put it. But I might ask you why you never chased away the evil one when he was certainly practicing a most unpleasant form of magic. I don't believe the council ever issued him a license. Well, we just haven't gotten around to it, squeaks Pothos from out of his great bulk. Besides, he ate the first 3 messengers we sent. Indeed, says Pentagram with a smile. But we are not the issue, yells Pothos. You are. You and your illegal apprentice. By order of the Grand Council, you and your brat and your zoo owner are under house arrest. You have 2 choices. Either leave and never again practice magic under penalty of death, or else meet us in the duel of skills. Allow me to confer with my apprentice, says Pentagram, drawing you to his side. Well, Jamie, what do you think we should do? These fellows appear very foolish and harmless, but that is not true. They are dangerous, and the council has given them the right to practice within their district. They are well within their rights and demand that we either quit or fight them. It is your decision as well as mine. Do we fight, or we go to the council? Decision time. Somebody's spoiling for a fight. It's close, 4-3 for fighting. Probably that does sound like a great idea. Probably just getting everything set up. Alright, it's close, so I'm gonna let it go to the end. Alright, we're looking to fight. We are definitely taking it. We're gonna take it to these wizards. Let's see if this is the right play. accept your challenge, gentlemen, says Pentagram. Excellent, hisses Rubius. There are rules. No magical items can be used. Your staff, your ring, and cube must be set aside. And we will remove all ours, special needs. As he speaks, a variety of rings, charms, and necklaces clatter to the floor. Any magic, as long as it is performed by your skill alone, is allowed. How do we know you're not finding anything something special? You ask. Who will we do that? Protests Porthos. Do owls fly? Sneers Fox. Any other rules? Asks Pentagram. No, it's very simple, replied Porthos. The four of us go to the Great Hall and whoever emerges alive wins. The three of you gets Pentagram? That's not fair, you explain. Fair? Fair? Of course it's fair. Your precious Pentagram standing under the Great Gulp. We have settled for the lowly scumbag. And we've learned things that we only wake him up or keep him from getting drunk. And forgot that Pentagram is at least 300 years older than we are. He's had all that time to practice and acquire new knowledge. And we'll take everything we three know to make it fair. But we do have a few tricks up our sleeves. Don't worry, Jamie, says Pentagram. Everything will be just fine. Don't be so sure of that, sneers Malice. Well now, if there's no reason to wait, let's begin, says Pentagram, striding towards the door. You trail at him uncertainly. Halt, screeched Rufus. Where do you think you're going? No one goes in that room except us. The zoo stays outside. Just give me the word, kid, and I'll bite him, saws Fox. That fellow is correct, Jamie, says Owl. The contest is now ours. We must not intrude. But what shall we do? You exclaim angrily. I can't just let us turn around and twiddle my thumbs. No, indeed, say Mouse. We'd like to know that we will not be twiddling or meddling while we are occupied. What do you suggest, says Pentagram. We have several suggestions to make. Alright, we have 3 decisions this time. You can go to Limbo. It's a very nice time of the year. You can go rest in the tower. The view is quite nice. You can relax in their game room in their basement. We got a 3 for here, so decide. What do we do? Oh, excuse me. And suddenly the game room takes the lead.
Son of a bitch.
Chid, you son of a bitch. How you doing, Chid? We're doing something a little different today. We're doing Choose Your Own Adventure books, and of course, you are welcome to join in. And you guys are deciding what to do. So we're in the middle of a decision right now, page 134.
I wanna take you for a ride.
Damn it, Sandy. Looks like the 3 has it, but it's very close. Alright, we are going to a game room. Sorry, hold on a second. So we're going to page 33. What happened? Where are we? Says Fox, opening your eyes. We are in a narrow corridor. dripping with slime and foul foods. It appears to be home of the numerous tasty rats, after all. Here's a sign tacked onto the wall. It says, "Welcome to the game room." You peer into the blackness surrounding your grove. Some game room. This is a dungeon. Those words have tricked us. Somebody must be playing the trip pentagram. We gotta get out of here fast and help it fast. There you go, Diesel Girl. Are you listening? Easier said than done, says a fowl. "Awoos," wailed Fox, and the noises echoes from about. "Be quiet, Fox," he growled, grabbing him and holding his muzzle shut. None of us wants to be here until we can figure out exactly where we are. We can't figure out how to get out. And we don't forget, there are always usually some dangerous monsters and other creepy things around these old dungeons. So be quiet unless you want to be dinner for one of them, you say, added sternly. Right. Right now, the most important thing is to figure out how we're going to get out of here. Do you pick up clues with your special sense? He asked the animals. As a matter of fact, I spied the most peculiar rainbow-colored cord that appeared to be attached to the wall that gives off a flame, says Al. It stretches off to our left. Carefully, he let go of Fox's muzzle, hoping they would not start howling again. But only lifts its nose up and air smells. To our right, I smell a strange fungusy, forestly, earthly smell. I hear something moving. Very good, you say. 2 clues. Well, which way should we go? You want to follow the cord, or you want to follow the smelly earth? How about it? Where are we going? So we're taking the safe route again. Right. Alright, hold on. I can see that the ad's going to run that in 3 minutes. So once the decisions are made, I'm going to run the ad real quick, and then we'll continue from there. We'll be right back. Alright, looks like we're going to be following the Rainbow Color Road. Alright, let's go. We are going to page 43. The cord is velvety smooth to the touch. Yep, Master Blaster 0, Catman. Although it glows with soft, well shimmering rainbow colors, it sheds little real light. The darkness presses in on all its sides. Where do you think it goes? Asked Fox. Let's go find out, you answer. Holding the shiny cord in one hand and your dagger in the other, you advance slowly. Do you see anything yet? Whispered Fox. I'm not sure. I think there's some sort of pinkish light ahead. Correct, says Owl. Cautiously, you approach the light. Soon you make out the doorway with a dull pink glowing that seems almost solid. You cannot see through it. Oddly, the cord does not go through the door, but continues down the dark corridor. What do we do now? You ask. I hate this darkness. Let's go through the door, says Fox. I think we should follow the cord, says Owl. Alright. Decision time. And to add a little levity to this, for nothing. Cold-blooded, welcome in. We're doing something a little different today. Alright. About 20 seconds left. It's for nothing. Follow the cord. So we're gonna be, looks like we're gonna be following that cord. So page 72. We are reading D&D style choose your own adventure books. Cold-blooded. And we are gonna we're having the chat decide what we're gonna do next. Renegade Johnny, welcome in. So it's for nothing. We're going to choice number 2, page 72. Come on, cough it up. 72. It is tempting to enter the doorway, but the cord seems to stand at warm, friendly feelings that urge you on. Hand over hand, you follow into the darkness. Soon, you hear a soft, soothing hum as you see a faint light in the distance. Grasping your dagger, you hurry forward. You turn a corner and stop abruptly. Before you sitting across the ground is a tiny old man wearing only rags. Long white hair, a beard, and a mustache drapes over his shoulders. As he sits, he sways back and forth in tuneless melody that flows through his ancient lips. On the ground in front of him is a pile of smooth, polished, many-sided stones. Each stone is the size of a walnut. Each side is a different color. The strange old man moves the stones and constantly changes their patterns on the ground. A large prism hangs above him, casting a thinly faded shadow. Grasping your dagger firmly, you step under the arch of the rainbow. The old man looks up and focuses faded blue eyes on you. He stares at you, Fox, and Owl, and exclaims, "It's you. You're the ones. You're here at last." The ones? What ones, you ask? Why, the ones I've been waiting for, of course. The ones that will come with a key, says the old man impatiently. Key? What key, you ask, growling over more confused. The key, hollers the old man. This one. Opening a leather pouch hung around his neck on a thong, he pulls out a small key covered with rainbow-colored scales. You steam your dagger away, he says. I'm confused. Let's talk. Maybe we can figure something out. Sitting cross-legged on the floor across the wide old man and shimmering stones, you introduce yourself to your friends. I am Nesbit, says the old man, in a faltering voice, though I'm used to speaking. I am the keeper of the key. I've been here for a long time waiting. Waiting for what? For whom, you ask? Why, for you, of course, says the old man. The rainbow dragons told me to wait until you come, a young human, an animal, and a bird. Others have tried to take it from me, but I've kept it safe. Rainbow dragons? What are they, and what is this the key to, you ask in wonder? I don't remember, says the old man, putting a head to his hand. It was such a long time ago, but it's yours now. And opening the pouch, he hands you the key. Why don't you start from the beginning, you say, staring at the key in puzzlement. When I first came here, King Chromus was dying and the kingdom was attacked by the forces of evil. The dragon gave me the key and told me to wait for you. I was afraid of the dark, so they gave me the cord to light the way, and the stones to protect me. I was too afraid to follow the cord, and I had forgotten how to use the stones. What did the stones do? Asked Fox, sniffing his wish. They are my protection. Watch, says Nesbit. With thin, bird-like fingers, he arranges the stones in a circle, and the four of you. Instantly, a bright rainbow mist surrounds you. Anyone trying to enter the circle will disappear, says Nesbit. The stones will do other things too, but I've forgotten the patterns. Like, what things do you do, you ask? Like take you places away from here. But I've been waiting for so long that my thinker is still rusty. I've forgotten how. When do you like to leave here? See trees and grass and sky again. Trees? Grass? Sky? I know those words, says Nesbit's son. At least I used to. Well, it's clear that we need to get out of here, you say. There's only question is how. I think we should follow the course, says Fox. It probably leads to the outside. I think we should try the stones and make the stones work. Alright, another decision, folks. Yes, we know, J-Dog. We know how to use stones. And just to make your decision time much fun, let's get another round of Techno Horse. People are looking and going for the cord. I don't know about that one, but if that's the will of the choice, well, that is the will of chat, we will do it. Hopefully it doesn't kill us. Personally, I wouldn't go for the stones, but yeah, I think that's the point. Tried not to die. Honestly, trying to get us killed. Oh, and the cord leads. The cord takes the lead. Looks like we're gonna be following the cord. I kind of have a bad feeling about this one, but we'll do it. If Nesbit can't make the stones work for him, we probably won't be able to either, he says. Fox is probably right. Let's follow the cord and find a way out. Take me with you, please, quavers the old man. Helping him to his feet, he takes a hold of the wrinkle and start down the bunker. Wait, the quavers the old man. As on shaky legs, he scurries back to the room and picks up the stones and places them. I can't leave the stones for the monsters to find. Once again, you start down the corridor. Although you hear scary wailing and distant porn, no harm befalls you. Suddenly, you turn a corner, and the cord goes limp in your hand. You reach out in the darkness and feel enormous boulders. A rock has fallen and broken the cord and blocked the corridor. Well, we'll never be able to move those rocks, you say, after carefully climbing to the top of them. What do we do now? I feel the presence of another passage directly to our right. Unfortunately, I also hear something approaching along the same passage. Listening very carefully, you hear the scraping of claw on rock. You draw your dagger and stare in the gloom, trying to see what's coming. Slowly, A creature creeps into the dim light, stops, wavering too intent in your direction. What is it, you ask fearfully, clutching your dagger firmly. Armored, segment carapace, long snout. Large, grimy molders and long, huge, sharp claws, observes Al. It's obviously a rust monster. I suggest we withdraw quickly and attempt to use the stone to project ourselves out of this dungeon. We follow Al's device, or we try to kill it. This is probably we're gonna die. We're gonna probably die here at this point. Let's. Did Goober Slap choose to live or die? That's the question. But I don't know what might happen. But a little interlude.
I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride.
Yes, MBC2. It is correct. Mixer sticky up for a bird? Holy shit. Never thought I'd see the day where Mixer is choosing to follow a bird. Looks like the bird's gonna win. So we're following the bird. Somebody clip this, by the way. I gotta have this clipped. May I see the stone snippet, you asked? Maybe new eyes we will unravel their secret. Reluctantly, Nesbit hands them to you. Holding them up to the faint light of the broken cord, you notice that each stone has a different color on them on their sides. What do you make of this, Owl? Appears to be a code, answers Owl. But the cracks of the colors will match up each other. Their meaning will become clear. Colors? What colors? Says Mushroom, pushing his face close to the stone. I can't see them. Long ago, there used to be colors, but they disappeared. No, Nesbit, you say kindly. The colors are here. Living so long in the darkness has probably hurt your vision. Perhaps you're right, Owl. If we match the colors, they're the same. You try many combinations, but nothing happens. So you study the stones, hoping to discover what makes their mark, what their maker might be meant. You empty your mind and drift, and becoming one of the stones. Blankness, thickness, image of rainbow colors, understanding. Coming back, being Jamie. I understand, you say quietly, and pick up the stones. You fit them together in the way you know it's right. Quickly, you gather us together, you tell everybody, and stone cast a brilliant color begins to hum. Pressing closely together. Can you make out the... What the shit? Hold on. Never mind. I don't think we need to actually solve this puzzle thing, but unless you guys actually want to solve it, but Your group kneels around a shining circle of stones. A strange feeling comes across you, tingling, whispery. Looking down, you give a sharp cry. Your feet or legs are gone. Most of the foxes and owls are gone too. Alarmed, you tug at your hand. Herd fell her. Do not break the concentration, said Lord Steelman. We're going back. Trust the stones. They will not harm you. The nothing creeps up further into your body. You close your eyes and try to trust. And then, with a time of whirling and nothingness, a rainbow arch and a terrible sense of tearing. Where are we? You ask, pressing your hand across your achy head. Oh. Don't look now, but we're back, warns Fox. Opening your eyes, you look straight into the angry eyes of Malice. Where did you come from? He asks angrily, poking your head with a family number. And what's with this hairy-old man? His name's Nesbit. I found him in your wonderful game room. He says the Rainbow Dragons told him to wait here for me. And he gave me this. You hold up the key, it glows and pulses in your hand. It's the key, whispered Malice, his eyes wide. Then he calms himself as he's. I see I found our key. It was really a test. We sent you in the game room to see if you could find it for us. You can pass the test. You can give it to me now. Don't trust him, kid, whispered Fox. Where is Pentagram? Chirped Sal. Is it outside? I remember it being brighter. Where's Pentagram? You asked, this man holding the key back behind your back. Don't worry about him. He's finished. Just give us the key, demanded Rubus. Uh-oh. Suddenly, you notice all three wizards hold magical amulets at their hands. You cheated, you shout. You said no magical devices were allowed. Where is Pentagram? What have we done with it? Give us the key and we'll give you your precious Pentagram, Starspout. Here's your old key. I don't want it, you cry. Throwing the key across the room. All three wizards throw themselves upon it. Mines, I saw it first. Mines, I'm the oldest, screamed Ruby. Mines, I'm the best, smiled Mouse. As you watch all three wizards grab the key at the same time, instantly there's a deafening noise and a bright flash, and you are thrown to the floor. Picking yourself up, you look for the wizards and the key. You see the sparkling key on the floor. Next to it sits a large fat toad, eyes bulging with alarm. A long, slender black snake is draped over the towel's hood. At that moment, the toad and the snake spots an ugly foul spider across the floor. There's a frantic hopping, slithering as both creatures chase the spider through the open door out of your sight. Confused and frightened, you heard the Pentagram sighed. Pentagram, wake up. I'm not dead yet, Jamie. You don't have to shout, but I felt better. He staggered to his feet. The only wizard tries to focus eyes. Where are they? They tricked me. Don't worry, Pentagram. They're gone. I think they were changed into a toad, snake, and a spider. Turning in to pick up the key. This has something to do with it. Drop it, Pentagram cries, slapping you frantically from your hand. It's all right, you say. I held it before and nothing happened to me. I got it from Nesbit here, who says that a bunch of dragons told him a long time to give it to me. Isn't that right, Nesbit? What? Yes, that's right. Cobalt, king of the Rainbow Dragons, gave it to me. He says with the time of kids, we know how to use it. It's the key to the kingdom, Jamie, says Pentagram with all in his voice. Once, long a time ago, the kingdom was united under King Kronos and the Rainbow Dragon. Life was more beautiful than they could ever imagine. But the keepers grew old, and they knew that an heir must be found, someone worthy to carry on the place of Kronos. The test that the design was simple. You had to pick up the key and hold it, if you could. Many tried. Those who were evil and worthy would change to the forever to what they most resembled in life. If you were good and not worthy, you would receive a powerful shock. I was one of those, and I could still bear the scar. Before Kronos died, he decided that no one alive was worthy yet to hold the key. And then Cobalt gave the key to me and told me to wait until you came for it. Those rainbow dragons who were left in the castle came out and flew away. The sky glowed with their colors, and then they were gone, and everything turned to gray. Once they were gone, evil entered the land, continued Pentagram. Well, what does that mean, you ask, looking at the rainbow-colored key. It means you are the ruler of the land now, explains Nebba patiently. Whoever holds the key to the kingdom is the king. Evil will flee before you, and goodness will return to the land. And the best of all, the dragons will come back. That's enough jabbering. Isn't there something called food? Grumbles Nesbit. And as your first act as the ruler of the Rainbow Kingdom, how about bringing me some? But before you can reply, a wonderful thing happened. The ugly gray wall seems to quiver and slowly change colors. First beige, then cream, yellow, orange, red, green, purple, all the joyous colors of the spectrum. Until they come the glorious speck shimmer in every happy corner of the world. As you stare into the wonder, the sound of the wings beating fills your ear. Looking at Papa in excitement, you see the first of the rainbow dragons coming home. We did it again, folks. I did choose to fight the restaurant. We probably would have died there, but well done, folks. We did it again. Two victories in a row. We didn't die a horrible death in any one of our adventures. So, but that will just about do it for tonight. I honestly didn't know how this was gonna go. So, and honestly, please just give me your honest thoughts. What did you think of this? I came up with this idea really quickly during while I was thinking about what to do for the game club thing. So I thought they gave me an idea, and I was like, let me run with it. I don't know if but I'm not sure if this was gonna be a good. I don't know how well this was gonna run. So, but. There's many more of these, and there's one. I know there's one version of this thing where you actually get a character sheet, and then you actually play with the. I mean, you still do the whole choose your adventure thing, like pick a choice and go to that page, but you actually have like a character sheet, and then like you play with dice as well, and then like you can roll like if you're fighting, you can actually do like a fight instead of just like. Oh, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna do this or that, and then. But in this one version, you can actually fight. Like you actually do a fight per se, like dice fight. If I can find it, I'll run it. If I can find it, I'll run it. But I figured this would be a nice little interlude, and of course, it's definitely not Bubsy 3D, so I'll take it. But, alright, but anyway, that'll be it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight, as always. Appreciate it. And yeah, 2-on-2 wins. I will not argue with that. You guys made the decisions, and we lived. Despite Goober Slot's, obviously evil plot to get us killed, we won. Alright, let's go. Let's run credits. Let's find something. Let me turn this off. If you're a little background. Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to be going back to good old Bubsy tomorrow. Ugh. I wish I didn't have to do that, but I got it. If I want to get it over with, I got to beat it. So, all there is to it. Let's find somebody to raid. Oh, looks like Lord Pookums is still working on Streets of Rage 3. Let's go raid him. So gonna raid Lord Pookums tonight. Get that going. So again, thank you again, everybody, for being here tonight. I'm glad you enjoyed this. If I can find those books about actual D&D books, we'll definitely run it. But either way, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Unfortunately, back again with Bubsy tomorrow, so I hope to see you all then. But either way, you all have a wonderful night. I will. I'll see you tonight. Oh, snap. Okay. Welcome in. Okay, let's find a new target. Let's see. Who could we... Ooh. Schmeck. Okay, sure, definitely. We could definitely raid Schmeckles. So let's go raid him. Just make sure I spell his name right. Looks like he's playing Devil May Cry. Interesting. Let me just make sure. Let me just get to the point where the raid, because ads are going at the moment. All right, ads are done. We're gonna raid Schmeckles tonight. So again, thank you again, everybody, for being here tonight. I'm glad you enjoyed this little adventure. If I can find those books, we'll run it again. But either way, we'll see how it goes. But again, back to Bubsy, unfortunately, tomorrow. But I hope to see you all then. Until then, having a good night, everyone. Again.